Not many people know ePages because we're a white label company, although we've been around for more than 30 years in e-commerce. I think there's no other company here probably that has been doing e-commerce as long as we have. I'll talk about it in a bit. But I wanted to still tell you what ePages is doing. You can see here some of our partners that we're working with. We're a white label company, so we don't market our product through the brand ePages, but more often through partner companies who are embedding ePages into their portfolio. So you might have come across ePages even though you didn't know, because companies in the hosting industry all across Europe are using ePages and selling ePages. Some of the most common names in Germany are Deutsche Telekom, Host Europe, Strato, Ionos, who've been selling ePages for more than 20 years to their small business clients. And some 3 new ones that I wanted to mention today that are all here at the show that we've recently signed up. Global Payments is one of them. They're one of the top 10 global payment companies. They're also starting to resell ePages as part of their portfolio. And then Sage, of course, and Alexander after me will tell you more about the collaboration. And then one very nice deal that we signed last week that I wanted to mention is with the Sparkassen Group. So you will soon be able, if you are a customer of any of the Sparkassen group in Germany, you will be able to buy ePages or get ePages as part of your account there, and it will be marketed under S website and S webshop, but inside is ePages. So hope that gives you an idea what our business model is. And we're doing that all across Europe with lots of hosting providers, several Yellow Pages companies, ERP companies, etc. So in total, we have almost 100,000 small businesses that we're reaching through these partnerships and that are using ePages as their e-commerce platform. And to give you an idea of, as I said earlier, I really like the entrepreneurship of some of these startups and small businesses. But to give you an idea, what motivates these people and what's driving these people, and give you an idea about their passion for their business, we've done a little movie. And I thought today is a good time to show you this. We've visited 5 of our typical small merchants. I don't think you know any of them, but let's see what's driving them.
Remember, being told you can do anything, become anything.
Vielleicht bin ich auf dieser Welt, um Möbelgriffe zu machen.
Believe in yourself. Dream big.
We're not a local shop. We are only a local shop if people come in here. Online, we're in with the big boys in the bathroom game.
It's your passion, your moment, your story.
Mein Griff ist einfach mein Herzensbusiness.
Zu sehen, wie jemand etwas trägt, was ich gemacht habe, ist das Allerschönste, was ich mir vorstellen kann.
Die Leidenschaft für Kaffee hat sich entwickelt natürlich durch Reisen. Und das war eigentlich so dieser Impuls dafür zu sagen, das brauchen wir in Deutschland auch.
Unser Antrieb, um Mealboards zu machen, war tatsächlich der Industrie die Stirn zu bieten. Zu zeigen, wir als kleine Werkstatt können Bretter herstellen, die auf dem besten weltweiten Niveau sind.
Ich liebe die Selbstständigkeit, diese Freiheit, und es war mir immer wichtig, meinen Söhnen auch vorzuleben, macht das, wo eure Leidenschaft ist, und das Geld fließt von alleine.
You do it your way. You create. You empower. You transform. You connect. You unite.
Das ist das, was mich antreibt. Dass ich es liebe, mit meinem Team zu arbeiten. Dass ich sehe, wie hier meine Sachen hängen, und was ich weiß, hier kommen jeden Tag Kunden, die das kaufen möchten, anziehen möchten, tanzen möchten.
All you need is your idea, your passion, your dream,
Das ist total verrückt, ja. Wenn ich sehe, was unsere Boards leisten, da bin ich schon stolz drauf, dass wir sowas geschaffen haben.
Das macht mich glücklich, weil ich damit auch so ein bisschen Fußabdrücke in der Welt hinterlassen kann.
We could compete with anyone now.
We built the shop for nothing, so I'm dead proud of it. We really are ultra proud of what we've done here.
Vor 10, 15 Jahren wären wir einfach eine kleine Boardklitsche geblieben. Und dadurch, dass wir das Internet haben und ein Shopsystem, können wir das einfach der ganzen Welt zeigen.
Ich lebe definitiv meinen Traum, weil ich genau das machen kann, was ich machen möchte. Das ist total verrückt, aber es funktioniert.
You can start today.
Yeah, I hope that answers the question, what motivates me in the morning to support these people. And now with the arrival of AI that we've been working on the last 2 years, it's even more motivating to think about what kind of AI, what kind of new tools can help these people to succeed. And I will talk about it in a bit. And as I mentioned, I've been very long in the industry, more than 30 years. And I wanted to give you a quick background on that as well. And review, what has happened in the last 30 years. Maybe there's something to learn from for the next 30 years. And it all started with this. I don't know who's familiar with this. This is 1990, way back when Tim Berners-Lee invented the web on this machine here, which is the Next computer. That's the company of Steve Jobs that he founded when he was fired from Apple. And I was very fortunate at the time that I was a Next developer and was working with Next. And as a young developer, and also I was the distributor for Next in Germany, so I got very early access to the web as Tim Berners-Lee had invented it on Next. And you can see this little sign here on the computer that's in a museum now in CERN in Geneva. It says, don't shut it down, because that was all there is. The entire web was running on this single machine here. And so when we had access to it, and as a distributor of Next, one of the thoughts that I had, or that we had, was how can we use it to automate our business? So we set up a system in the browser where all our Next resellers and clients could order Next products directly from us. And it turned out that this was effectively one of the world's first web shops. We accidentally sort of developed it. And very simple, but a lot of that is still in our products today. So what has happened since then? And you can see here, that's an overview of some of the milestones over the 30 years. And so that maybe you don't believe me, what I think are the most important milestones. I went to ChatGPT and all the other AI engines, DeepSeek and Google Gemini, and asked them, what do you think are the top 10 milestones in the last 30 years in e-commerce? And I think we all have our thoughts about it, but it pretty much is how I anticipated it. And you can see in the early days, not sure if everybody here even knows Netscape, but Netscape was the company that took the browser out of Next and brought it to Windows and the Mac. Without Netscape, none of us would be here. And then in the very, very first years, eBay was founded, Amazon was founded, PayPal as the first payment system. So lots of things happening in the early days. And when you look towards the end, the second part of it, not so much. It's really still back to Apple with the mobile commerce, with the arrival of the iPhone and then Apple Pay. And I think the only real technology breakthrough in those last 10, 15 years was social media. So now with the arrival, and when you see at the very end here, of course, the big milestone was Corona. I think we could have all done without, but that was, of course, pushing our whole industry to new levels, and I think that was correctly identified here by the AI engines. And then I was thinking, okay, now with the arrival of AI, what are the next milestones in our business here? And I went back to ChatGPT and the others and asked, what do you think are the top 5 innovations for the next 5 years? And they came up with this. And I think we know most of this, so no big surprise. Green commerce, unless Trump shuts it down, but I think we will see a little bit of everything in the next 5 years. But then we're a small company and we need to make decisions and we can't be everything to everyone. So we need to bring it down to less than these. And so I'm pretty sure we won't do much in blockchain. We will need to focus on a few other things. So I went back and asked, what are the top 3? And I guess you can imagine. So what stayed up there was AI, voice commerce, and AR. And then I went further and said, what are the top 2? And then what remained was AI and AR. And then I asked, okay, can you visualize it for me? And you can do the exercise yourself with ChatGPT. And what ChatGPT gave me was for AR, a visualization like this. And then I said, okay, is this my living room in the next 5 years? Maybe not. I don't know if any of you has a living room like this and is utilizing technology like this. I think we see the Alexa there, or Echo Dot, or we see maybe something that looks like a Japanese little dog robot that we've seen over the last 20 years, I think. So there's nothing really the holographic projection there. I don't think I will have in my living room in the next 5 years. So that, as a conclusion, I thought, if I need to put all eggs in one basket and bet the farm on either AI or AR, I'd go for AI. And but what is the reality of most online merchants today? And when you look at it, and this is just a subset of things they need to take care of. And you see all this stuff: web development, backup, security, legal compliance, online marketing, social media, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So fortunately, we've been covering, if you look at the top 2 lines, we've been covering that with going to the cloud. So you don't need to worry about backups anymore and security, et cetera, et cetera. We do that for you. Because in the early 2000s, we put all the e-commerce platforms into the cloud. And then when you look at the next line, which is the accounting and payment methods and logistics and marketplace integration, et cetera, fortunately, we could do that with with APIs and an API-first strategy. So that was also now well covered. We had APIs very early on already, also in the early 2000s, but not many others had. And so, but I think around 2010 until 2020, everybody built their microservices API, so you could talk from everyone to everyone. So that has resolved a lot of communication issues and has allowed us to do integrations like the one with Sage that Alexander will talk about in a bit, and to do many more, cover much more of what merchant tasks are. So that leaves us at the end with the ones you see here at the bottom: social media, and a lot of content, online marketing, support, of course. And you can already guess that most of it, I hope we all agree, we can throw AI at. And that's actually what we're doing. So we're trying to cover as much as we can of these remaining fields with AI. And the one I want to pick today of all of these, because I won't be able to cover all of them, you can come to our booth over at the other end in front of the yellow stage, I think, and see some more. But in the interest of time, I'm just going into one, which is translations. So why is translation so important? And because translations are I think, the single most important thing that you can do to increase your market. And to illustrate that, let's look at Europe. And we're, as you could see on the early slides, we're very focused on the European market. We have 25 different languages in Europe. And not a single one of these 25 languages covers more than 25% of the European population. And I'm including Russia for the time being. Yeah? And I don't know, can anybody guess which language that is that covers 25% of the European market? Any guess here? The audience? Easy, it's German. Yeah? So because we have Austria and Switzerland, fortunately. And so German covers 25%. And that's also often the reason why German companies think that's enough. I'm selling into Germany, it's a big market, nice. But that, of course, doesn't enable you to compete with US companies, because any US company is targeting a domestic market of more than 400 million people. You could do the same in Europe if you were targeting all of Europe. And a lot of us think that, okay, then I can add English, and that covers the rest. Easy. Yeah? But that's a false assumption, because that's in our bubble, in our IT bubble of our group here. We all speak English, at least somehow, a little bit, and so we think our national language plus English would do it. And that's wrong, because if you go into countries like Italy or Portugal or almost all other countries, the mere mortals, how Steve Jobs would say it, the normal ones, the rest of us, they don't speak English. They're not going to buy a product from an English store. So the plumber or the carpenter down in Sicily will not buy from an English shop if you just add English. He wants Italian, or in Portugal, in Spain. I'm running a business in Spain, so I know this for sure, that you can't sell much with just English. And that brings me to the conclusion that we need to change that. And that's why the first thing that we did when it comes to AI is we work with DeepL in integrating DeepL right into ePages. I guess most of you are familiar with DeepL. Can you raise your hands? Who of you is using DeepL? I think almost all of you, right? So, and most of you know it's a German company. Some of you don't know that. I think it's the most fascinating AI company, the most valuable one, I think, in Germany now. And so we've been working closely with DeepL to integrate DeepL right into ePages. Yeah? And they're 10 times better than any other translation company out there. So no comparison to Google Translate or Microsoft or anyone when it comes to the quality of their translations. So when we build it right into the software, in the beginning we thought, okay, we need to make sure that customers can correct it, and maybe the translation is not always good, but that's done. They're so good now that almost nobody wants to do any corrections. So as an example, I have one of my own sites here, a little business that my wife is running in Spain, renting out fincas. And so we've always used ePages, of course, as a website, but we only had it in German and targeting German clients. And then we put in this new version with DeepL built in, and put in, I think, 8 or 9 languages. And we increased our business in the last 12 months by more than 50%. So you can see, because we're now not just targeting German clients, we're targeting everyone all around Europe. We could raise our price, we had more bookings. So in just 1 year, our revenue increased by more than 50%. And I think that's gonna be the case for most people who do the same. Here's an example. You can go to the site, check it out yourself, see the quality. It's called, similar to ePages, it's called sonpages.com, sonpages, and you're welcome to check it out yourself. So I have a few examples here: English, French, Spanish, all by a click of a button. So the merchant only clicks one button, and 1 minute later, that whole website is translated into the respective language without any other manual work. So with that, I'm concluding what we're doing at ePages with AI, many more examples in all the other fields. But now I want to hand over to Alex from Sage to talk about what Sage is planning with regard to Sage Network, which is also, big help for small businesses. Thank you so much. I'll be back maybe after that.
We are here to give you time back to focus on what matters the most to you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now, because we are already moved forward in time. So I'm going to give a short intro what we are doing at Sage, how we collaborate with ePages, our partner, who we are providing software solutions for small and medium-sized businesses. We at Sage deliver software solutions for small and medium-sized businesses with passion. So we have technology and expertise hand in hand to deliver the best outcome for everybody of you. And what's the topic we are focusing at the moment is all about accounting, invoicing, and all of your financial data. Because why do we do what we do every day? We do it because we like it, but we also do it in order to make our customers happy, to make your customers happy. And of course, we all run our businesses to earn some money. But if I'm going to tell you that in our studies, we found out that 47% of every credit sales is paid late, that means to all of you that you are waiting for your money longer than you should. You are writing invoices and you wait for your customers to get your invoices paid longer than you should. And that's only one part of the challenge we are facing at the moment. We are also talking about various businesses that spend a lot of time focusing on all of their invoicing process, on all of their financial data, and 75%. So nearly everybody in this room is struggling with poor information flow, with wrong invoices, with fraud, with topics all around his cash flow. So if I talk to you that every second invoice you get in your company is maybe wrong, maybe you're overcharged, maybe some information on the invoice is missing. So I think everybody would agree that you spend more time in your invoice handling than you should. So what we try to do and what we promise to deliver is we are going to give you back, everybody in this room, we give you 4.5 to 15 days every month back that you can invest in the things you really like, in the things that matters most for your business, because we take out a lot of the effort of your invoicing process. And how do we do this? We follow the mission to connect your company to every relevant actor in your ecosystem. So we are connecting you to commercial banks, we are connecting you to your vendors, to your customers, to, for example, investors. We also connect you to auditors or other finance companies. And what's the mission behind it? We want to deliver you a solution to pay your invoices faster and get paid faster so that you can concentrate, as I introduced, that you can concentrate on what matters most to you. And how do we do this? It all starts with our software. It starts with our software that we offer. We offer, on the one side, we offer ERP solutions for you. We offer accounting solutions and HR solutions for you. And we connect those solutions to the Sage network. The Sage network is our API, our shared services that offer you a set of functionality to automate your payment processes, to automate your invoice workflows in order to get paid and send payments way faster than you can do it in the past. And by offering all this network solutions, we also create new networks between our customers, their vendors, and their customers. And all the data that is flowing through our network enables us also to use new technology. As we heard in the introduction, everybody is talking about AI, about seamless integration of products. That's exactly what we are doing, for example, with our partner ePages. We integrate their web shop to our accounting solution. So you have a seamless experience in selling your products, do the accounting, and get paid faster. And on top, because already a lot of the speakers mentioned, we have new technologies, we have new possibilities to interact with products, with technology. So we introduced the Sage Copilot in all of our products. The Sage Copilot is another solution to improve every of your workflows together with software, because we believe in the traditional way of working with software evaluates and is revolutionized through AI. So we use AI technology, we use large language models to improve the way you can interact with software. So our Copilot is integrated in every of our products, is integrated in our network to make your work easier. So you can interact with our Copilot, you can ask him for reporting, you can ask him for the automation of workflows, and you can use the Copilot as your assistant to make your workflows in your everyday work more efficient. And as I promised when I started, I'm here with Sage to give you time back to the things that matters most for you, to run your business, to make your customers happy, to get paid faster. And if you are motivated, come to our booth, have a look at our products. We are here with our 2 cloud and AI-enabled products, Sage Active and SDMO. We can also show you the integration with our partner ePages, where you can seamlessly integrate your web shop into our accounting solutions, all with the overall target to get your processes faster, to get you paid faster, and to let you focus on the things that matters most for all of you. Thank you very much.
I just have a quick question. I think you probably touched base in the presentation itself. I think for the SMEs, like smaller size companies nowadays, the biggest challenge is how can we get traffic at the economical cost? And I want to hear your perspectives. What are right approach when we compete with those big players? Where do we get this quality traffic that we can convert?
Do you want to answer, or I can? I think big part of the traffic when we talk small businesses is you're either local or you're very, very vertical. So you have a very specialized product. Like you could see in the video, you have these best surfboards that are handmade, and so there's a community for surfboards, and you need to reach out. So you need to tell a very, very good story on your website about who you are, what you do, the products, etc. So a lot of content that you need to create there, and then also you need to approach the communities where you sell your products. And they're not, sometimes they are on marketplaces because they're searching there, but sometimes they are in specialized communities that are talking about these products, and you need to go out and reach out to promote your company there. So as a simple answer, it's of course more complex, but I think this is what I see where you can generate how you can generate most of the traffic. And we've discussed it, we've seen it earlier in one of the other presentations. The big question is, what about the AI engines? How do they get to know you? And in the past, in the last 20 years since the arrival of Google, or 25 years, we've all looked into SEO, and that's a big part of the success stories of our merchants, that they have really good content that Google finds very interesting. And I think that will continue. But we will also see new methodologies for the AI engines to learn about you. And I'm not quite sure how we measure that yet. No.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Another one.
Hello. I have a similar question adding to that. So we talk about that, how do we get the quality traffic? But at the same time, how important, how much is the importance of the user experience? Like if I'm a user, if I'm come to the website, how do you retain that customer? How do you make sure that the user or the customer gets a best experience so that they keep repeating coming to the site?
I could try and answer that. I think, again, think small business. The first thing is, when they come to your website, need to find what they expect. Yeah, so the user experience, the user interface, and everything should be just as good as the big companies that they've come across. So, and I think that's very important. That's why UX is our #1 feature in ePages. That when any ePages site that you visit looks very professional, very nice, and the user flow works, et cetera, which is coming out of the experience that we have with 100,000 sites. Yeah? That's similar to Shopify and others. It just works. So that's, I think, the #1. And then again, coming to the content, then under the language that I mentioned is important, that you have the local language. And then I think the rest is just that everything is seamless. That's the basics of good user experience. And then on top, you can do all kinds of gimmicks, gamification, et cetera. That's not what we're focusing on. That are add-ons, but our role is make sure that it all works.
Maybe we can have a short question from your side.
Thank you. Yes, short question. When you talk about language translations, video becomes more and more important. For example, manuals in videos. Is there an opportunity to get videos translated too for the website? Manual videos with a translation.
Yeah, I mean, right now we have not built that in, but I mean, translating videos is simple. I think, I guess you've been doing this. We've all been doing that. All the videos that we produce are automatically translated. Actually, if you come to our site and you look at our tutorials, like we have, as an example, we have an autumn release, winter release. It always comes with a short video, like 3 minutes, and that's all been done by AI now. Everything you see from us in the video tutorials is generated by AI. The speaker, the voice, everything. So when we do like a winter release that we just did last week, then we have this virtual speaker that looks like a person. Could be me as one of our product managers, and then we can release it in all different languages. And that's actually what we're already doing. So when you see it on our website, everything you see is AI generated. The voice, the person that we have in our videos is an English speaker from Canada, but he speaks just as good Italian, German, French, because it's all AI generated. So forget about manual video production. We've switched to that a long time ago. That's all AI based. And you could still see it a little bit that it's AI based, but then again, the advantages are much bigger than the advantages before of doing it manually, because you can roll it out to many, many more people, just as one example. And there are tools out there like HeyGen or Synthesia who do that for you. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I would suggest looking at Synthesia and HeyGen for producing videos in very high quality. And you could be capturing yourself, so you could be in that video talking about it, and you capture yourself, and then afterwards you can do any amount of videos with yourself as a speaker without doing anything. It's really a new world.